Hello campers, and welcome back to another Cooking with Kate Friday. So today for camp, I'm going to show you how to make a couple different kinds of eggs for in the morning for breakfast. So the first one I'm going to show you how to make is sunny side up. So the first thing we're going to do is you're going to get a pan ready, and you're going to turn on your heater, and I usually put a little bit of butter in my pan just to help warm it up and get it ready for the egg. Okay, so now that I've got a little bit of butter going in a pan, I'm going to open up an egg. Oh, one thing with sunny side up is you want to make sure you have a cover ready, because you'll want to cover your egg in order to make it the right way. So what we're going to do is we're going to take one egg, and we're going to crack it into the pan. Good. Ready? And be careful when you crack it to not get any of the shell in it. Okay, so now what you want to do is you'll put a little bit of water in there with it. Like that much. And then you're just going to cover it and leave it for a while. I might try and find a smaller cover, and that's what you'll do. Okay, so now that we have this, you're just going to want to leave it on there, checking it every so often to see how it looks when it's cooked. So we're just going to take a look at it. As you can see, it's not quite cooked as the yolk's not quite there yet. Okay, so as you can see, this egg is now cooked. You can see that the yolk is still there, but we want to get it off quick so that the yolk doesn't get hard. With our sunny side up eggs, you want to make sure that you leave it in there long enough that the yolk has this nice little covering on it, but you don't want to leave it in too long that it's not yolk anymore and gets hard. So this is what your sunny side up egg should look like. So the next type of egg I'm going to show you how to make is scrambled. My camera is not staying there. So what our first step is going to be is grabbing a little bowl and cracking an egg into it. Okay, so I'm just going to crack this egg into my bowl. Like that. And then what I'm also going to do is I'm going to put a little bit of milk in there. Just a little bit, just a little splash. And then I'm going to just mix it with a fork. Okay, so like I said, a little bit of milk. Put that much. You don't want to put too much because then it's more of a milk taste than egg, but the milk just keeps it creamier, I find. Now I'm just going to grab a fork. Got a fork, and then I'm just going to mix it so that I break the yolk and mix it together. Another thing you can do at this point is put a little bit of salt and pepper in there if you want. It gives it a little bit of flavor. Usually I'll make 2 eggs for myself, and that seems to be like a good amount for one person for me. So once you've mixed it really good, there's no big clumps left really. What you're going to do is you're going to dump it into your pan. I'm just dumping it into my pan. There we go. So here's my egg. I'm going to put it right on the right burner again now. And what you want to be doing is right now it's just cooking a little bit, but continually just moving it around. You can see it'll start slowly sticking to the bottom. That's when you just want to keep moving it around. And one thing to note too is you don't need to add milk. If you don't want to, you can do just egg in it. I just like to add milk because I think it makes it a little bit better. So as you can see, our egg is about done. I'm just cutting up the pieces, mixing it around, turning them over a little bit, making sure that they're all cooked, and it looks like our scrambled eggs are done. So what they should look like at this point is just like this. Make sure that it's not runny anymore. Looks cooked. You can always leave it a little bit longer so it gets a little bit of a brownish tint like over here. Yeah. Okay, so for our last type of egg, it's kind of like a fried egg-ish, somewhat sunny side, depending on how well I make it. But what I do is the first thing is I put some sides in with it. So I just cut up a mushroom and I put some spinach into a pan and I'm frying those up before I put my egg in. You don't have to do this, but I enjoy putting some of the sides in it. I know my dad puts onions in his also. So we're just frying these up first. What I do is I put a little bit of butter in the pan with them, and then I just move them around, toss them. Yeah. You can kind of see here what I'm talking about. Some butter in there, spinach, and mushroom. So I just cut up one mushroom and I put about a handful of spinach. And then I just wait until these are cooked pretty good. And then I'll put an egg in with it. Okay, so now that my mushrooms and spinach are pretty good, looking pretty good and cooked, I am going to put in my egg. So like the first video, first time I set up, we're just going to crack our egg into our pan. There we go. Okay, so now I'll show you what it looks like. Is our egg. So what my dad usually does, what I will do is I'll just crack my yolk and I mix it around a little bit. Make sure I get my spinach in there, just like that. And then I just let it sit for a little while and cook on the bottom. Okay, so now that it's cooked for a while, what I like to do is I just cut it in half. And then it's easier to flip this way. And I just move it over. Try and get underneath it as much as I can. Just cut. And then just flip it. Like that. There. And now we let that side cook. So in order to tell if your egg is done, I usually flip it over a couple times. Make sure that it's hard, there's no yolk left or anything liquidy. As you can see, there isn't right now. And it's kind of like a tint of brown, meaning it's cooked. Yeah, so now I just put it on a plate with a piece of bread, put a little bit of salt and pepper on it, and that's my egg. So as you can see today, we made 3 different kinds of eggs. For breakfast foods, it took not very long. They're all really simple meals to make, easy, good tasting meals to make. So this weekend, make some eggs, see how they go, try them out, see how you like them. And then on Monday, we'll come back for Learn It Monday. Have a good weekend.